My name is Abby Ritchie, and I am the founder and CEO of Senior Savvy. All this week, we've been doing a live stream and bringing this webinar to you so that you can learn more about the devices you may have been given over the holidays. And what I've done is I've taken a collection of some of the most commonly given gifts and created a video. So I'm going to address some of the most frequently asked questions within the video today. Today's topic is on your new laptop. You could have gotten a new laptop as a holiday gift, right? It may have been time for you to upgrade your old device. And I'm so glad that you did, because you know what? A lot of people use older devices not knowing that those are security risks. Yes, they are. If you cannot upgrade your device, it's a security risk. So I'm so proud of you for getting a new device. Well, maybe it was a gift. Either way, hopefully you've taken it out of the box at this point and you're ready to start using it. If that case, you're in the right place. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and we're going to hop right in to today's webinar on your new laptop. Let me do that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and cue this up from the very start and get started. First, while I'm waiting for Zoom to catch up to me, I want to thank you for emailing me and sending me your questions and your comments. I absolutely love them. It makes a huge difference to me to know that you're engaged, you're tracking with me, you're interested in what I'm providing you with. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And here we go. If you can answer yes to any of these questions, you're in the right place. Do you have a laptop? I do. Do you have a desktop? I do. And do you need a new computer? Probably so. I know I do. Well, if that is the case, congratulations. You are in the right place. Not only that, but I love being in the presence of lifelong learners like you. Now, if this is your first time ever joining me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here today. My name is Abby. I'm the founder of Senior Savvy. What Senior Savvy does is we provide Zoom tech workshops on the basics. We don't get overly techy. We just want to teach you what you need to know so that you feel empowered and confident to continue learning. That's it. That's what we do. We also offer tech concierge services at different senior living communities across the country. And of course, we offer one-on-one services. Now, should you have a question at any time, I want you to reach out to me. Go ahead and reach out to me. There's my phone number. There's my email address. I got my phone right here, and I'm keeping my eye on it because some of you do submit questions via text message. Some of you have submitted questions in email, and I love it. So I'm keeping my eye. If you see me glance down, it's because I see someone is communicating with me. And I got to tell you, I absolutely love that. Now, in today's webinar, we are just kind of touching the surface of your new laptop. We're just touching the surface. That's it. In our workshops, you know what we do? We dive in deep. We dive in deep. But today, we're going to talk about your new laptop. We're going to talk about the easy path to getting to know it, the hard path, and your path, as well as the path you must take. So first, let's talk about the easy path. Isn't that a nice picture? So the easy path, when you get a new laptop, the easiest thing you could do is to go to Best Buy. Yes, that's right. And here's why. I want you to take the new one with you. It doesn't matter if you bought it there or not, okay? Take the new one. Take the old clunker with you as well. And what they're going to do is they're going to transfer everything for you. They're going to take off all of your old files from the old clunker and put it on the new streamlined device. And they're going to do that for you. That is the easiest thing that you can do. They're going to do a data backup. They're going to transfer everything from the hard drive, and it's going to keep things organized. They're also going to help delete any bloatware from the new computer that you don't need. And you can ask them, I need Zoom, I need Windows, whatever the case is, I need Word. And they're going to make a note of it, and they're going to help you with that. That is the easiest path around, okay? Now, prior to getting on your new laptop, I want you to go through and delete the old things you're not using anymore. Yes, delete them, organize your desktop, get rid of all the old stuff you know you're not using anymore, and pare it down. I also want you to back it up so that the transfer is easy peasy. So people ask me these questions all the time. Well, how long will that Best Buy transfer take? You know what? It usually takes about 2 to 4 days. It's usually about $100. And yes, you can donate your old computer. They will wipe it clean for you. You could leave it there. They will donate it for you. Isn't that awesome? You don't need that old clunker around anymore. If you want to take the old clunker home and make sure you like the new streamlined model, great. You could always bring the old clunker back and donate it at any time. If you purchased the new device elsewhere, like Amazon or somewhere else, and you wanted Best Buy to do the transfer, they'll do it for you. Yes, they will. And if you bought it at Best Buy, I think they'll do it for you for $20 off. And if your laptop, your old clunker, is dying, you can still transfer the data. Okay, so now you're covered, right? That is the easy path. I want that for you. I want it to be an easy transition. Sure, it's going to be unusual getting to know the new computer and whatever, but this is the easiest thing you can do. Now, if you're going from an MacBook to an iMac or an Apple to an Apple, apples are apples, right? You can do something called Apple Migration Assistant. This is Apple's technique for transferring your data. They have made it pretty easy. And you know what? I only say easy when it's easy. I know that a lot of people say, oh, it's so simple, 1, 2, 3, boom. But that's not often the case at all. But Apple has made it pretty streamlined. Nonetheless, I went ahead and I put the AppleCare phone number there for you. And I want to make sure that you jot that one down. And because if you want help going through that migration, they can do that for you, okay? So they can help you move your data. So now on your Mac, you're going to go through the migration process. Yes, you are. You're going to go through the migration process. It's going to take you step to step. You're going to have to know what your Apple ID is and your password in order to make that transfer occur. But you know what? I'm going to say it's not difficult. I'm going to say it's more of a medium. It's not the easiest path, but you could also call AppleCare and they will guide you through the steps. They will do that with you over the phone. Now, if you have questions right now or afterwards, you want to email me or text me, go ahead and send those in. And I see some people are already sending in messages. Thank you. I will get to those most likely when I'm done with the slideshow. But here is my number, and I want you to go ahead and reach out to me. Now, I'm going to talk about the hard path. This is what happens when you get a new device, okay? And, or maybe someone gave it to you as a gift and you've got the new one, it's in the box, you've got your old one, which you know you need to stop using because it's not doing the updates anymore. And you know it's not secure, you know it's so slow and it's taking forever to load things. But you also don't know exactly how to start, right? So what I was going to do is show you how to do that. But you know what? I'm not going to teach you the hard path. No way, Jose. I like you too much to do that. There are too many steps involved. And I don't want that for you. I want the very best for you. I love working with older adults and helping you with your technology. I'm not going to do this to you. No way, Jose. There are options for you. And I already gave you those. That's Best Buy, AppleCare, or call me, right? And we will help you. In our workshops, we cover this in detail. Yes, we do. But I want to tell you, there are just way too many steps in that transferring situation for you to do it. I don't want you to do that. It's going to give you a headache. It's going to take up your whole day. Maybe the day after that is all you're going to talk about and complain about. I don't want you to spend your time doing that, okay? If you are the kind of person who's got to do it on your own, and I know who you are, Bob, no offense. I put a link right there for you, windowscentral.com, how to set it up. If you want me to email that to you, I can email that to you. I don't really want to. I can email that to you and you could do it on your own, but there are a lot of steps involved and I want the very best for you, okay? You feel me, right? Right. All right. So I just want to know right now, as some of you are watching this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. You know, I care about you. I want the very best for you. I want you to start using your new device and feel confident. Now, we're going to move into another section. Okay, let's say you got it set up. You took my advice. You brought it to Best Buy. They transferred it over to you. Now you're looking at it and you're thinking to yourself, well, okay, good, but it doesn't entirely reflect how you want it to be. So in the same way that when you would get in a car, what would you do? You'd make adjustments to the mirrors if you're going to drive. You'd move that seat up. I would. I'm a shorty. I'd make it fit me just right. I'd make sure that I can hold on to the steering wheel and there was room there. So I want you to make those same sort of adjustments by personalizing your device so it fits and suits you. That's right. So here are some things you can do to make your device easier for you to use. Not your daughter, not your son, but you. So the first thing I want you to do is to make the font bigger. Yes, indeed. I want you to make the font bigger. I want you to be able to see the screen easily without having to switch those glasses back and forth 4 times and go looking for them. I want you to make the font bigger, okay? And you do that by going into the settings and then you type in text, and that's going to make the text size larger. You select the one that's easiest for you to see. Next, I want you to increase the pointer size. That's what the mouse pointer is. You can even make it a color so you can find it. Usually it's tiny, but let's crank it up a notch. Let's make it bigger. Let's fill it in. Make it a color so you could track it easily on your screen. All right. Furthermore, let's go ahead and change the text cursor size, because sometimes where that text cursor size is flashing, it can be small. It can be almost invisible, right? And if you just bring the slider bar up a little bit, it is going to be so much easier for you to spot and see. Now, another thing I gotta tell you, all right, let's just say you transferred everything over to the new computer and now you've got files all over the desktop. We can't do it that way. That absorbs, it takes up a lot of memory. It takes up a lot of processing for your computer. I want you to declutter your desktop. And you do this by right-clicking on your mouse. And then you start to view and sort by different types of files. And then drag and drop so that everything is nice and tidy and decluttered on your desktop. Now, maybe I lost you there. If I did, go ahead and reach out to me. I'm right here. I'm keeping my eye out for your questions. And okay, good. Someone's asking about the security. Okay, good. That's so good, because that is what we're going to talk about next. Great. We're going to talk about the security. Now, this happens to be one of my core pet peeve topics, security online. Now, if you see me all of a sudden get like this, like I'm all really uptight and tense, it's because this topic is really important to me. I want you to be secure online. Now, a lot of your new computers are going to come pre-installed with McAfee, for instance, and I want to encourage you not to use a free computer antivirus security system. And here's why. I want you to move from the thought process that antivirus is free software for your computer. Free antivirus means one of two things. It's not a good antivirus, and you're the product, not the consumer. So the one that I recommend over and over and over again is Norton LifeLock. Norton LifeLock, which covers all your devices. It has antivirus, malware, ransomware, and hacking protection. My students happen to be at a high risk for hacking. I'm going to say it again. You happen to be at a high risk for hacking. I want you to be as protected and as secure as possible. The one program I can recommend to you is Norton LifeLock. All right, I'm going to lower my shoulders, take a deep breath, and move on to my next high intensity topic, which is your passwords. Okay, I can talk about this all day. And actually, in our workshops, we do talk about these topics all individually on different weeks. So the next thing I want to talk with you about when you're getting a new computer is adopting a new password strategy. Yes, a new password strategy. And I know a lot of my students tend to reuse the same password across multiple accounts. I know it. In fact, people usually use the same password across 3 accounts. I don't want you to do that anymore. All right. I know that you do. I still love you, but I want you to learn a better way of handling your passwords. Now, one of my favorite methods is a password manager. One that I really like is called 1Password. It will take some learning for you and some teaching for you to get the hang of it, but there are so many lasting benefits for using a password manager. So that would be my strongest recommendation to you, is that you begin using a password manager. Now, second to that, I want you to come up with a password strategy. If you hate the idea of using something like a password manager, like 1Pass, and having all your passwords in a vault, then I want you to come up with a password strategy. Now, this is another topic that we dive into deep in our workshops, and I would love to talk about this at length. I really would. And I created a course. It's called Create Secure Passwords You Can Remember. I made this for you. I made this for people in their 80s and 90s and 100s, because I know with my password creation process, I can help you come up with a password that's unique and secure for each and every account you have. Yes, I do. I know this for sure. And if you want to take my course, you can email me and I'll send you the link, okay? I want you to be secure online. It makes me so angry when my clients get hacked into, my students, my clients reach out and say they've been hacked. There you go again. Shoulders up. Okay, relax, 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 relax. So you need a password strategy. Reusing and recycling your passwords is not a strategy. All right. Enough said. So next step, guys, with your new computer, you're going to need to initiate updates. Yes, you're going to need to turn on automatic updates. But even if you turn them on, you still will need to occasionally, usually twice a year, initiate them. It's kind of misleading. But even though you have it checked to automatically keep your Mac up to date, twice a year, there's usually such a big update that it needs your approval for it to happen. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but I will tell you that 90% of my tech support calls could be avoided if you just update your software. That's right, just updating your software. Even if there's nothing in the update that you care about, even if you don't care about the new emojis and the new calendar and the podcasts and Apple TV, blah, 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 right? What you do care about are the security patches that come with each and every update. And for that reason alone, I want you to lean in to the updates. Now, anytime something is wrong with my clients' computers, the first thing I ask them is, when was the last time you updated your software? And they'll say, well, I don't know. I got it on automatic update. And I'll say, well, let's take a look. And then they'll look and then they'll say, oh, I thought it was keeping up to date. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and update it. Okay, so that is always the first step in order to work through the problem. And then they call back and then they say it updated and the problem went away. So it's kind of like when there's a software update and you haven't done it, it's sort of like your car having a check engine light on it. And your check engine light goes off or on, and you continue to drive around with a car with a check engine light. And you know, and I know what's gonna happen. I know because it's happened to me before, where I was 16 driving around with my first car and I got a check engine light and I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I was just ignoring it. And then my engine blew up. Well, kind of the same thing is gonna happen to your computer if you ignore those software updates. Yeah, that's right. Because little by little, it may not blow up on you like my engine did, but little by little, your computer will stop functioning as well as you know it. Goodness, we are almost out of time. Now, if you would like me to share these tips with you, I want you to email me and I will send you this article about how you could set up your new laptop running Windows 11. I would be happy to do that. There's my email address. Now, let's keep this going, shall we? We have just touched the tip of the iceberg there. Yes, we have. There's so much more for us to dive into together. I want to keep this going with you. I want to continue to deliver tech workshops to you, to offer you guys a tech concierge service, and to do private sessions with you. And if this is something you want, I want you to tell your executive director today. Let them know you want the senior savvy person. You want the tech girl to come on in. Tech savvy with Abby. People say that all the time. And tell your engaged life director, you want to have this on your calendar. That's how we start working with you. Now, if you want one-on-one help, you could reach out to me today. I'm going to give you 20% off your first session. And I want you to connect with me. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay. And then I'm going to answer your questions. I saw a couple of them come through. And let's do this. All right. So if you do have a question, go ahead and submit it to me. And I'm taking a look right now. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay. So I got a question from Magnolia. Thank you. Oh, here's a good question. Says, I don't know, when I upgrade, should I get a new laptop or a desktop? Oh, this is a really, really good question. Now, mostly people think they want a new laptop. And I will tell you, that's not the right thing to get, okay? Because usually if you're on a desktop that's, say, 21 inches screen, and you've got a nice big keyboard, and you go down in size to a laptop because you want it to take up less space or maybe even be more portable, you're going to hate the cramped feeling, okay? But if you've got your mind set on going from a desktop to a laptop, get a large laptop. Get one that's 15.6 screen size, nothing smaller. You're going to feel really cramped otherwise, and you're not going to be happy. I've made those recommendations before, and then people will call me and say, you're right, I didn't get the right size. So my recommendation is to go big. You're going to be so much happier. If you're planning on just keeping your computer in one place all the time, mostly, go for the desktop. You're going to be so much more comfortable. And I would almost recommend that for most of my students, a desktop is going to be a better fit, because the less you have to do with the plugging and the unplugging and the Wi-Fi and the keyboard and all these other components like a mouse, the less you have to move that stuff, the better for you. Okay. Now, I have a question from Ativo. Ativo wants to know what to do with the old ones lying. You got some old computers around the house. Okay, this is a great question. Guess what? I have a great answer. Best Buy has a donation program where you can donate your older devices. They will wipe them clean and they will recycle them for you. You need to go on their website and get the information, but they will do that for you. So any of those old ones around the house, go ahead and donate them. Great question. Screen. Oh, all right. Oh, Arbor. Arbor has a question about your laptop. You like your laptop, but the keyboard is cramped. Yes, yeah. So like I was saying earlier, the laptops, they're smaller. And so yeah, the keyboards are going to be smaller. And here's something you can do. I've done this with a lot of my students. You can order an external keyboard, one that's either wired or wireless, but you can get yourself a nice big keyboard so you don't have to use the little keyboard that came with your laptop. In fact, you could get yourself one that has low vision, that has high contrast letters on it, because sometimes those laptop keyboards have keys that are really hard to see or they're not backlit. So yes, you can do that. Great question. What else? Okay. Cypress has a question about a Chromebook. What is a Chromebook and should I get one? My kids keep telling me I will like it. Okay, a Chromebook is a great device if you are just going to surf the internet, maybe write some documents, write email, and that's just about it, okay? Maybe some spreadsheets. It's a device that has and stores everything on the internet for you. So this is why they use it in schools for the storage purposes and the portability and the price. The Chromebook is a great option and it's lower price for you. It's probably around $300. If you're just going to be doing the basics, check email, maybe write a letter to get on the internet and do some shopping. And I don't know if you know this, but Chromebook came out with a big sister version, and it is a desktop model. It's beautiful, 17-inch screen, and it actually rotates. So if you really would prefer to have a desktop, you could get the Chrome desktop model. I think it's called a Tower. All right, guess what? We are at the end of today's live stream, but we still have tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all your questions that you've been sending to me, and I'm going to do a Tech Cafe Ask Away. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I am going to answer a whole array of questions. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to show you this and that. It doesn't matter if it has to do. No, this is a regular type of workshop that we do once a month. It's the last week of every month when we're leading workshops at different communities. It's always Tech Cafe Ask Away. And this way you can ask whatever random question you want and get an answer. That's right. So the best thing for you to do is to email me. The best thing for you to do is text me that question so I could be prepared. But I've got enough stuff to go on right now. Nonetheless, I love to hear from you, and I would love to feature your question in tomorrow's Tech Cafe Ask Away. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It is my honor, and it is a pleasure to serve you. Goodbye.